The American education system, particularly when it comes to public education in college settings, is not set up for the success of the students. As of 2010 or so, my alma mater, Saginaw Valley State University, was second to last in the GLIAC, the Great Lakes Intercollegiate Athletic Conference, the same conference that Wayne State is in. Second to last in graduation rate in 4 years for students at about 11%, and it really hasn't gotten better. And that's not that outrageous for public schools, four-year institutions. It's not normal, to put in quotes, normal at 11% for students to be done in 4 years, even though that's still the expectation. It's still the expectation of programs, still the expectation of college settings, it's still the expectation of people outside of college to be done in 4 years, and it's just not a realistic goal. But where that hurts, especially for students, is that they need to take out more student loans. College has become so expensive for many different reasons, of which I'm going to talk about here. So college debt is not just because the federal government or the state government or private banks want us to succeed. They see us as an investment, the federal government. There's a reason why there's interest on federal government loans. So that way the federal government can make money off of us. Same thing with private companies. Private companies don't necessarily want us to succeed. They want us to make money so that way they can pay them back, which is why interest rates are so high. So interest rates for like Sallie Mae or for Chase Bank are so high. And so sometimes it's a fixed rate, sometimes it's a variable rate, because they want to make money off of us. Part of why also we are so oppressed by student loan debt is to keep us in our jobs. It's hard for, the young generations are always the ones who are more likely to protest governmental structures, societal structures, but if we can't afford to take time off work because we have student loan debt, then we're less likely to be marching out in the streets. We're less likely to be protesting the system. It was easy back in the 1970s to work a job over the summer and then pay for your academic, whether it's community college or your institution, pay for your schooling that year. It's just not realistic with average cost of school being $10,000 a semester, $15,000 a year or so. You just can't make that much money over a summer unless you already have a fabulous job. But then a lot of people wouldn't go to college for that. Similarly, the American education system, particularly with public school, is set up to bring in more people, because most colleges are set up as a business. They don't just want us to have an education, they want us to make money, and they want us to give that money after we pay them money. That's why you have a lot of financial drives and fundraising drives and booster boards and things like that, so that we can give money back to our schools, make money off of us. There's a reason why the academic standards have been decreased, is that colleges let in a bunch of people who may not be set up for success. And GPA is not the only marker of that. It's actually not that reliable of a marker. Some students who have a 1.8 GPA are going to succeed in college because they're allowed the opportunities in college that they weren't allowed in high school. And some people who have a 4.0 GPA aren't going to succeed either. So it's not a barometer of success. Same thing with SAT or ACT scores. It deals a lot more with engagement in college, understanding of college setting. And so that's one of the major issues of the U.S. education system, the public education system, is that it's not setting us up for success. It's setting us up to make money. And as an instructor, as a professor, while I would love to continue to have a job, and that's exactly what I want to do, and higher enrollment helps that. Higher enrollment keeps me having a job. There's a reason why we added an extra COM2110 this semester, is because we have the enrollment to do it, and we have the instructor to do it. So the American education system is not set up for student success necessarily. Now, when it comes to individual institutions, and I believe, and it might be a naive belief, but I believe that most professors and most administrators genuinely want students to succeed. I believe that advisors do, but part of that is that they're overwhelmed. With enrollment, the continuous push to increase enrollment every year, you're just going to run out of people. You're continuing to let in people who might not be as successful. And by letting in people who, or at least not providing the opportunities for those people to succeed immediately, you're just letting them go. Wayne State University, we have a depressingly low rate of African-American students who graduate with a four-year degree. We've increased the amount of people who are enrolled at the beginning of their program as freshmen as African-American students, but then just kind of left hanging, not providing those opportunities. And the African-American system, education's opportunities have been crap throughout all public education, through K-12 and preschool and everything there. But as a college, especially in Detroit, historically a large African-American population, to say that we're letting these students down is not helping anybody. And it's disappointing, and it goes against what I believe a college should be here for, is to teach students. And if we're not here to teach students, then what the heck are we doing? So that's that's the major critique that I have for the public education system. It's not necessarily that we're allowing too many people into the college education system, is that we're letting people in who we're not providing the opportunities to succeed. We're We're not teaching them how to effectively take notes or to understand how to effectively engage with instructors and with material and take advantage of resources to be able to find that work school life balance that's so hard, because so many people at Wayne State and others work outside of school, and to be able to come back to school is a wonderful opportunity, and a lot of people do. Wayne State has one of the highest average age undergraduate student populations at about 26, 27 years old in the nation. But by letting down those people as they go along, it goes against the fabric of what Wayne State is supposed to be. So that's the major critique that I have for the American public education system. So your assignment for this critique, which is worth 15 points, I want 2 or 3 paragraphs critiquing that argument. I'm not necessarily asking you to disagree with that argument, but provide that critique. Talk about the effectiveness of my argument, the support for that argument, the delivery of that argument. And then I want you to provide 1 paragraph where you present an argument or you identify an issue in the American education system. And I'm leaving that purposefully broad. Any part of the American education system, whether that's preschool, K through 12, middle school only, private, charter, public, whether that's Detroit, whether that's Michigan, US, anything that is involved in the U.S. public education, the U.S. education system in general, that's what I want you to provide on. I'm not asking you to do research necessarily, but you do want to provide a full paragraph explaining that. So 2 or 3 paragraphs critiquing my argument, 1 paragraph providing your argument about or your identification of an issue within the American education system.